Alright, everything you need to know about the 430U that is going to be nerfed is in this picture. Everything in one picture. Basically nerf the cupola and reduce the capability of the gun while it's on the move. Alright, let's jump straight into the armor models. On the left is the current version of the 430U. On the right is the nerfed version of the 430U in the test server. So let's take a look at the effective armor on the right cupola. When I hover my mouse over it and go over the turret, you can see there is a lot of reds, which means it is impossible to pen more than 300 millimeters of armor here. But if you go to the middle, there is a little spot right dead center of that cupola, 286 millimeters of penetration, which means you can still penetrate it, but the footprint is really small. You really need to be super accurate to hit that. If you look at the new 430U here on the right, you can see a lot more oranges and yellows, which means what we're talking about here is less effective armor and a bigger footprint for you to land your shots. So imagine yourself brawling when your enemy is moving, or if you are moving, it's going to be a lot easier to penetrate this and make it a hit, make it count. Now let's look at the left turret. You can see the difference here, a lot of reds here, a lot of oranges here. So this whole thing is just red. Of course, you can still penetrate it if you hit it right dead center with a gun that has high penetration, over 315 millimeters of penetration. You can still pen it, but mostly red. So imagine this guy wiggling and moving around, he'll be very difficult to hit. But if you look at the new 430U, it is more orangey all around. I mean, you still need a lot of penetration to get through this, definitely more than 250, 260 penetration to get through the left cupola, but your chances of penetrating it is going to be a lot higher now. As you can see, these are all the changes here, the turret armor and the dispersion. So the dispersion while moving is going to be slightly worse. When your tank is traversing, slightly worse. When your turret traverse, is going to be slightly worse. Your overall dispersion remains the same, 0.38, but I did look up some other websites that have printed some information that is slightly different. The values are still kind of the same but different, but as you can see here, it says here it is nerfed from 0.9 to 0.11, which is they're talking about the turret traverse here. They've got the values slightly different here. It says 9 on this website and 11, but it's 12 on Tanks GG anyway. So a little bit of difference there, but basically 2 points, 0.2 points of difference is going to be the main issue here. And also there is some additional information here. The nerf on the gun while on the move, while you're moving, and maximum speed 6.71 to 7.67, and also when you are at maximum speed and turret rotation 6.98 to 7.98. so you're talking about an overall nerf in your moving dispersions. Your base dispersion remains the same, your moving dispersion is the one that is going to change. Let's get straight into a game. Alright, here we go. We are in Prokhorovka, and again, this is my first game in the 430U. I'm just going to give you my raw reaction as I play this game. You can see all the markers on the mini-map. If you left click on the mini-map, you're going to bring attention, a little triangle, bring attention to that location. But if you right click on the mini-map, it's going to give you a location where you are going to give out a message and says you are heading in that direction. Now, right off the bat, the two EBRs are going YOLO and there's no chance for me hitting them. I'm playing with over 200 ping and packet loss. It's really difficult for me to hit these guys, even though those EBRs have been nerfed. I tried to use the auto aim and then wait for them to straighten out before pulling the trigger, and I still can't hit them. And later on in the game, you're going to see me try to shoot an EBR like 10 feet away from me and I can't hit him, and that is because of all the packet loss and the high ping that I'm getting out of the test server. But anyway, here's a demonstration of the accuracy of this gun. It looks like I hit that shot without any problem, even with the high ping and packet loss. No problem for me hitting them as long as they are regular tanks and not zigzagging around in 85-90 kilometers an hour. I got no problem hitting them, even though the gun has been nerfed from the moving dispersion 0.12 you know, to 0.15. I can still hit those shots, and those tanks were outside my spotting range. By the way, they were inside my render range, but they were outside my spotting range. No problems hitting them, and I was hitting them with the standard AP shells as well. So I was shooting them with a low velocity, high ping packet loss. So this goes to show you how strong the 430U was in its old state, which is why a lot of people love this tank. Even though it is being slightly nerfed right now, I feel that this is the right move that Wargaming is making. It is not completely killing off this tank. This tank still feels competitive, still feels robust, accurate. The armor is still there. It is not, you know, only the cupola is being nerfed here. So you're talking about one-on-one situations. Here I'm trying to signal to the E100 to say back off, fall back, but instead the new current setting of the way the wheel works, instead of me telling him to back off, I said thank you to him in Russian, spasiba or something like that. But anyway, I was saying the feel that I'm getting out of this tank, this was, like I said, this was my first game. I did not feel that this tank was nerfed at all, but of course I was not engaged in any kind of brawl, face-to-face combat situation where I had to try to protect my cupola or anything like that. But no problem shooting from a distance, and the armor still works. As you can see, my side armor bounced off that T62A. That gave me enough confidence to go forward and shoot at that that 60 TP, but he managed to pen my lower plate. Again, I bounced a T62A and I bounced a grill 15 for 750. So I bounced the T62A twice, which is like 640, and then I bounced another 750 from that grill. I've already bounced 1400 damage. So the 430U, man, I'm liking this tank more now. I don't feel, I don't need to feel like a dick when I'm playing this tank. Now, I'll be honest with you, on my live server, I have this tank with a 5 skill crew. I don't even play this tank. I feel bad. I would feel bad if I played this tank and ruffle stomp my enemies. That's just, you know, it's a fun tank to play. You have a significant advantage over your enemies, but I can't see how you can feel good playing in this tank on the current, the way it is right now. But on the test server, the way it's set up now, they've nerfed the gun slightly, but it is still good. They've nerfed the cupola. I've not had a chance to brawl yet in the cupola, but I feel that the cupola, even though it's nerfed, it's not going to be that bad because the rest of the tank still has very good effective armor. You're not going to feel like a dick anymore when you're playing this tank and fighting against less effective tanks, let's just say. This tank is still very strong, even though on paper it has been slightly nerfed in the new test server, which will be coming out onto the live server sometime in early August, probably in the first week of August, I guess. So I think this is a really positive move on Wargaming's part. I'd like to acknowledge that, because I think they get a lot of stick because, you know, they keep power creeping a lot of tanks, but I feel that this move is really good on their part. And, you know, you got to give props when props is due, and I think this is the right move for them anyway. Now I've switched up to the HE shells and I'm going to try and shoot this EBR 105. There is really not much I can do. Some shots are just bad because you know, it's hard for me to lead these shots with 200 ping, but this one is right in the face and I didn't hit him. That was definitely on target and he was 10 feet away. But you know, what do you do? It is what it is. I am playing on the test server from very far away. Even though I'm running a VPN, it's difficult for me to play light tanks and fast tanks, but that's just the way it is. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell War Gaming kudos to them, give them a clap for doing the right thing. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and the commentary, please give this video a like. I appreciate it a lot, and let me thank you in advance, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.